So it is Monday. I had a busy work day, filmed a video, and I'm gonna start the vlog now because I did start my reading. I am 50 pages into A Case of Need by Michael Crichton. And I will definitely have to pick up a book alongside this one just because it has a pretty heavy, sad topic. And I think I will need a contrast to that so I can, switch a little bit between both. This is a medical thriller about abortions. So, yeah, a pretty, critical topic. And the thriller is because of a girl who died because somebody butchered her because the doctor they think killed her is like, no, I told her I won't do it because it's too late, and she seemed to accept it, and then she turns up dead. Well, she turns up alive at the hospital, but she dies pretty immediately. And our main character is a doctor from pathology, and he wants to help his buddy, but not entirely because of selfless reasons. He abortions are illegal in this one. It plays out, I think, in America, and we all know how it is there. And he is complicit in the doctor actually performing abortions because he knew that and he helped cover it up so that nobody has any problems. And so obviously his motive is also that he's afraid that it will come out that he actually covered up the tissue samples for the doctor. And it's pretty much like an open secret that the doctor performs abortions, but everybody keeps himself in check because why wouldn't they perform them? It's so silly that it's illegal. But yeah, so yeah, heavy topic, but it does start interesting. It really gives you directly the thrillery feeling you want to have with a book like this. So that is actually really good. It's just that it's a heavy topic and I need something I think a little bit happier next to that, which is probably why I will pick up Kiki's Delivery Service in tandem to that, because it's also a short book, but it's probably a really upbeat book, so I feel like they make sense to read them in parallel. So that is what the reading is this week. And then knitting, I have continued with my partner's sweater, and that is how it's looking right now. Not that much, but I need him to try it on so I can see if it's fitting, because he is quite tall and he has wide shoulders because he does train and stuff. So I need to make sure that it's actually fitting, because I'm doing his size, but you never know with the knitting projects. And then I started a new project for me. I want to focus on his sweater. He's yeah, you don't have to, you can knit what you want, and then once it's finished, it's finished, but I want to focus on that. But at the same time, I picked up crocheting this blanket. It's gonna be a pretty thin, more ornamental blanket in this star-shaped pattern. I think it's 12 peaks. But yeah, I think it looks really nice. And this is a color changing yarn, so it goes from this pale grayish pinkish color, and then it goes into a gray blue, and then into a really dark blue bordering on black. And yeah, I have 2 of these, and that should make a pretty good sized thin cotton blanket, which is really nice because sometimes I want to have a blanket but nothing too warm, and I think this will be perfect for that. And obviously with it being cotton, it's really hardy. It can be thrown into the wash and stuff like that, so it's fine with the dog. So yeah, that is what I'm doing right now. I will probably do a little bit of gaming or a little bit more crocheting, who knows. And yeah, that is gonna be the rest of my afternoon, and we'll see what the reading will bring tomorrow, which I'm really excited to continue with that one, with the thriller. It does sound really interesting, even though it will probably be a really dark book, but we have a reading update. We have a little bit of other updates. I cut my hair. I'm trying to grow out the damaged stuff from bleaching, and I thought I'd cut it a little bit shorter just so it doesn't look as choppy as before. Yeah, it's not the greatest haircut of all time, but I don't like going to the hairdresser, so I'm doing it myself. And yeah, other than that, I'm wearing my sweater and I love it. It is so good. I'm gonna have to congratulate myself, or like, what's the right words? I don't know what the right words are, but I did a pretty great job with this sweater. Let me see if I can show you. Okay, this is how it's looking now. It grew quite a bit. I think I made the top here a little bit too big. I could always make it a little bit better fitting if I put an elastic in there, so I might do that. Other than that, it looks absolutely how I wanted it to look, so I'm incredibly happy about that. So those are the first two updates. Then let's talk about the reading. I am halfway through A Case of Need now. I think this is really good thriller. I think it's a really important topic, which makes the thriller a lot more heavy, actually, because it kind of shines a light on all of the problems with like abortions in general, them being illegal, what the consequences are for victims and for the doctors, and all of the problems with that. I think the book makes actually a really good case out of that. So yeah, but it is a really heavy book, I have to say. I don't know if I would enjoy that in like any mood. So yeah, I won't go into detail about the story because obviously for thrillers I always find it really hard to talk about the story in more detail, because I think you should read the thriller actually. Especially for this one, I really like the way Michael Crichton is doing this, so I'm really happy that I have another Michael Crichton that I really like. But yeah, I think you should just read it if you haven't yet, because it is, I feel like, kind of an important thriller, especially considering today's times and what is happening around the world with women's rights. So yeah, I'm kind of a fitting book, kind of a book I wish I haven't picked up, because I already hate the whole media landscape currently, which is why I'm doing kind of like a no social media time. I am switching my like scrolling time with like doing Sudokus and like kind of like brain training little puzzles and stuff. So I'm not doom scrolling on social media because it is really getting me down and I need to stop that. But I then picked up Kiki's Delivery Service, which you are allowed to laugh at me, about me, with me. Why on earth did I think this would be similar to House Moving Castle? I think it's because I haven't watched the movie of Kiki's Delivery Service, but this is a children's book. I did not realize that. I thought it would be more in the same way than that is like House Moving Castle and, you know, all of the other Ghibli movies that I like, kind of fantasy, weirdish teenager novels in my opinion, but this one is a children's book. But it is a really cute children's book. I have to say that I love it. It is so cute. Kiki is having to move out from home because witches move out at like they kind of are coming of age at like 10. They get their witch abilities if they want to become a witch. They can choose to not become a witch if they have like a witch mother and a human father, which Kiki has. And so she chooses to get her magical powers, and her magical powers are just flying on a broom. And there's like a whole topic with like magical powers and stuff like that, but you need to read the book for that. And then she picks a coming of age day where she has to move out for a year. She has to find her own town and live in that town and kind of grow her powers and use her powers to get by for a year, which is a weird concept for a 13-year-old child, but you know, we're gonna go with it. And so Kiki chooses to move out on full moon, and she always wanted to see the sea, so she flies to town at the sea, at the ocean, and she opens Kiki's Delivery Service there. And so that is what she's doing, and she's having adventures doing that. And it is a really cute book, I have to say that. It is a really, really cute story. I am enjoying it. I am halfway through already because it's not a big book and the writing is pretty big, so which is obviously already like a hint that it is more of a children's story. But yeah, I think it's an incredibly cute story of a girl having to live in a new environment and learning how to be independent for the first time and learning to use her capabilities to help people and make people stay better. And that is pretty much all that is Kiki's delivery service, and it is so cute. It's really cute. I'm kind of excited to see how the movie is once I finish the book, because obviously I haven't seen that yet. I need to see where I can get that because I don't have it on DVD or Blu-ray, and I don't think a lot of them are online to lend, so I might need to just get myself the collection of Ghibli movies, which I wanted to do anyways because I am desperately due for a rewatch of House Moving Castle and Chihiro, which I don't know what the English name is of that movie. Obviously I've only ever seen it in German up until now. So yeah, I am totally excited. I'm enjoying both of my reads, which is great. I think I did a really great job picking my TBR for October, which I'm so happy about. But yeah, that is what the reading is doing at the moment. And then let's do also a quick little knitting update. I am making good progress on my partner's sweater, and yeah, this is how far I've come. What I didn't remember was that this yarn is quite heavy on the hands. So I have to slow down a little bit to make sure that I don't get too much wrist pain. That's because this is 50% cotton, and cotton is a lot less elastic, so it is harder on the wrists, at least for me. And then I did start a new project for myself. I remember that I had this lovely burnt orange color, and it is so fall. So I found a super cute sweater pattern that is like this, like it's one color only, but it's a really textured sweater, and it's like in stripes, and the texture switches up. And so I decided to start that in this lovely burnt orange color, and I'm so excited. It's the same type of yarn than this sweater, and this is so comfortable. I could live in it. I have to say, I could live in this sweater. So yeah, I am doing that, and that is how far I've come, which this is pretty much the back piece. I'm still doing the increases for like the back piece, and I'm trying to do it a little bit oversized. My yarn isn't, I'm not getting gauge, so I have to knit a few sizes bigger to then have a fitting sweater. But yeah, it looks really good so far. I really love the pattern that is forming, and that's probably what I'm doing, or like what I'm gonna continue to do today. And then in the evening I have a Skype date with my friend, so that is what we'll be doing the rest of the day. So yeah, I'm having a blast reading wise this week, which I'm so excited. I'm like, it's really getting my mood up there. I'm still struggling a little bit, I have to say, with like mood stuff and like just general mental health a little bit, but at least the reading is going great and the knitting is going good. Good morning. It is Friday. We have a holiday today, so I don't have work, which is great. But I thought I'd check in with you pretty early today because I finished both books and I had a really great reading week. And so yeah, I thought we'd talk quickly about what I thought of them, like in the end. Let's start with this one, A Case of Need. I have to say I liked it, but I think it's, for my personal feelings, it's too currently, which is kind of funny because obviously this is an old book, but I think I just didn't read it at a good time because it hits too much home with like current political stuff and all of that. Even though I don't live in America, and I think America has it the worst at the moment when it comes to like the inner political problems and all of that. But yeah, in Germany we also have our own problems with our politicians and them being way too conservative. And so yeah, the book hit home quite a bit. I gave it 4 stars. I don't think I can really enjoy a book like this fully because it's just too realistic, which is obviously a me problem. Other than that, I think it's a really, really good medical thriller. I think it's a book one should read, just to like get an insight into the legal situation that, you know, can come with things like that. Just, you know, you have to remember that it is a really, really sad, heart-hitting book. So yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it just because I don't think I will ever be able to enjoy a book like that fully. I'm much more somebody who needs fantasy. I need the unrealistic things in books to fully like disconnect with real life if I read fiction. And obviously this is just, it could be a non-fiction, you know. That is, I think, the problem. But yeah, I gave it 4 stars nonetheless because it is a good book, and I think, you know, you should read it if you are mentally in a place where that's okay to do so, I would say. But yeah, I think I did the absolutely correct thing in pairing this with Kiki's Delivery Service. This is such a cute book. I've given it 4.5 stars. It is a children's book, and some aspects are, in my opinion, a little bit too, like, they push a certain image on children with like certain phrases and sayings. But then again, I don't think it's like a horrible thing. I don't think it's like world ending, but like the for example, Kiki's mother in the end assumes that she will have children or she will have a daughter. Like, I personally don't like things like that in books, especially children's books, to convey that, you know, as a girl she's supposed to have children at some point. But I think it's like a lot of children probably don't see it like that, so I think it's not that problematic. Other than that, it's just an incredibly cute book about a girl leaving home and learning to help people, live with all different kinds of people, make friendships, and just having a good time. And then at the end of the book, she does go home for a visit, and then she has like, she just wants to get back to her business. Like, she has found her new home pretty much, and she just wants to get back there, which was really cute. I feel like the ending was really good. I really liked the book. I think you do really have to keep in mind that it is a children's book. But yeah, I'm really happy that I bought this version. I think this is such a cute version of the book, and I am really, really happy that I did that. And I do like the kind of the idea behind Kiki, which her saying is like, I'm going to be whatever I want, and that is what she's actually doing, mixed in with what she feels like she's good at. So I think that's a nice message overall. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed this book, and it was a really, really good contrast to the medical thriller, I have to say, because that was hard and sad, and Kiki was just cute. And yeah, I'm not like one of those like cutesy persons, but like this was just really cute. Just yeah, it's enjoyable, you know, to just have a book about somebody learning and growing and living her best life and making the best out of it. And that was really cute. Other than that, I did a lot of knitting, which I will show you tomorrow because it's upstairs and I don't want to go upstairs right now. And yeah, let's talk about what book I will be reading next. I have to get it. I have decided the next book I want to go with is You Like It Darker by Stephen King, the short story collection. I might pick up another one, like a second book to read together with this one next week, but obviously the vlog will end tomorrow and I won't get to read from both books till then. So my goal is to, for like the rest of this vlog,
is to maybe read the first story in this one. I don't know how long the stories are, depends kind of on how long they are. Yeah, but maybe just the first story in this one might be the goal for today and tomorrow. I think that would be a nice goal. But yeah, I'm really excited to pick this one up. I'm excited for all of the books this month, and the reading is absolutely going great, which is making me really happy. So yeah, I think I can't go wrong with anything this month, it seems. So I'm really happy with that. So yeah, this will be the next one, and then I will show you the knitting that I'm also really loving right now. And yeah, I'm now gonna enjoy my long weekend, which is, you know, I looked forward to this so much this week.
Okay, it is now Saturday afternoon. I didn't read as much as I thought I would. I don't even have the book upstairs with me. I read, I think, 30 pages of the first story. It is a story about an author which plays in current times, and it's pretty much like the main character is the son, and he's already like in his like older, and the father is now I think 80 or something like that, between 80 and 90. And people want to, like, a woman wants to do an interview with him. He doesn't really want to do interviews, and it's about his life story because he and his really good friend, they came from nothing pretty much, and they had pretty ordinary lives, and then they had an incident in their 40s, and then they got rich like instant. The father of our main character becomes an author, and his friend becomes an artist, and they don't want to talk about what happened, and the story is kind of about that. But I think I'm at the point now where they are starting to get into what happened at that point. So yeah, that is the story so far. I am enjoying it, but to be honest, I was just yeah, I had a lot of other things I wanted to do. I had to sort out and rearrange my pantry, which I haven't finished yet. But yeah, I just had less time to read than I thought I would, mainly because I am right now playing Silksong again, and I am having a blast. It's just a lot of fun. And other than that, I did a lot of knitting. I love this sweater so much so far, and I currently, it's a little bit hard to show because I'm currently knitting the second shoulder, but I have done the back part up until the arms, and then I have done one of the fronts, and then I'm at the second front, and then I will have to do the neckline. It's a little bit hard to explain, but yeah, I'm absolutely loving knitting this because it has like a really nice varied texture, and it's a lot of fun to knit. So that is also what I have been doing quite a lot. And then I actually did start a crochet project. I don't know how much I've shown you of it, but I am doing like a blanket. It's a pretty thin blanket out of this ombre yarn, and so yeah, I have done a lot of that interchanged with gaming, and so I didn't read as much as I thought I would, which is fine. But yeah, I kind of wanted to end the vlog here now then, because obviously, you know, it's Saturday afternoon. The only thing I will be doing today is gaming and finishing up reorganizing my pantry and sorting through that because it's desperately needed. And so yeah, I don't really think I have a reason to check in with you. I don't even think I'm gonna be reading anything anymore today, so I will end the vlog here. I had a really good reading week, I have to say that. Like, it was really, really good. I'm excited for all of the books to come this month, which is also really good. And yeah, I don't know, I'm excited. Like, I have a lot of fun with all of my hobbies at the moment, which is brilliant. So I don't care as much about work and stuff like that. So yeah, that is actually really great. So yes, I hope your week went as well as mine. I really hope. If not, it can always get better. Hopefully. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.